We're looking at the world of the ant.
Right.
And our goal here is to get a handle on why we shouldn't just see them as pests, but more like the planet's most successful biological engineers. They built civilizations millions of years before we did.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is this core idea that strength and intelligence, they aren't about size at all.
Not at all.
We're going to unpack some really surprising facts about how their bodies work and the high-tech, leaderless society they've created.
So let's start with just the scale of it all. We call them tiny, but they're a global superpower. Do we have any real idea of just how many there are?
Well, the latest estimates, and these are actually pretty conservative, put the number at 20 quadrillion.
20 quadrillion. That's a number I can't even really picture.
It's almost incomprehensible. But here's the part that really, grounds it.
Okay.
If you could gather every single ant on Earth and weigh them, their total mass would be roughly equal to the total mass of every human being.
That is staggering. And that collective weight is built on this foundation of just incredible individual strength.
It is.
We've all heard the number, right? An ant can lift 50 times its body weight.
Which, to put that in perspective for you, would be like a person lifting a luxury SUV clean over their head.
So what allows that? What about their anatomy makes that possible?
Their bodies are they're built completely differently from ours. They don't have a skeleton on the inside.
Right, the exoskeleton.
Exactly. A powerful external armor made of this material called chitin. It maximizes their strength while keeping their weight down.
And no lungs, which I find incredible.
No lungs at all. They don't waste energy pumping air. They breathe through these tiny holes along their sides. They're called spiracles.
So efficiency is just, it's baked right into their design.
It is. It optimizes them for labor.
Mm.
But beyond that physical strength, their social tools are what really matter.
How does a colony that massive coordinate anything?
Almost entirely through chemistry. Through pheromones.
Scent trails.
Powerful scent trails. They leave one for a food source, and if an ant is threatened, it releases an alarm pheromone and its neighbors instantly switch into battle mode.
They're also built to be social with their food, which gets into the two stomachs, right?
Yes. The first stomach is for them, for their own nutrition, but the second one, the social stomach, or crop,
That's for the colony.
that's for the colony.
Mm.
It stores food they then share with everyone else by regurgitating it. The process is called trophallaxis.
That level of social sharing, it must require some serious defense.
Which brings us to the trapjaw ant. It has the fastest moving appendage in the entire animal kingdom.
Its jaw.
Its jaw. It shuts at 145 miles per hour.
Wow.
It can stun prey, but it can also use it to literally launch itself backwards like an ejector seat to get out of danger.
It's all in service of the superorganism, this hive mind concept.
Yeah, no single ant knows the whole plan. It's all simple, local interactions that lead to these incredibly complex outcomes.
It's like building bridges out of their own bodies.
Or ventilating entire underground cities. It also translates to these really sophisticated economies.
The leafcutter ants, for example, they're basically farmers.
They are. They don't actually eat the leaves they carry. They use them as a kind of compost to grow a specific fungus, which they then harvest and eat.
And then there are others that are more like ranchers.
Protecting aphids, yes. They guard them from predators so they can milk them for a sweet liquid called honeydew.
But it's not all cooperation. They go to war. They're one of the only species besides us that engages in coordinated warfare.
They use scouts, tactics, the whole thing. And some species, the slave-making ants, will raid other colonies just to steal their young.
To what? Raise them as their own.
To raise them as forced workers for the colony. It's brutal.
So you have these worker ants with short, hard lives, but the queen, the engine of it all, she can live for decades.
Up to 30 years in some cases, laying millions and millions of eggs.
And while they're building these empires, they're also healing the planet.
Absolutely. We think of earthworms, but ants move more soil, they aerate the ground, which lets water and oxygen get to plant roots. They're essential.
But this incredible superorganism has a terrifying weakness.
Ah, yes. The Ophiocordyceps fungus.
The zombie ant fungus. Tell us what it does.
It's pure biological horror. The fungus infects the ant, and it hijacks his brain chemically. It forces the ant to climb up a plant stalk.
To a specific height and location.
To a precise location. Then it forces the ant to bite down on a leaf and just hold on. After that, the fungus kills it.
And then grows a spike right out of the ant's head.
A spore-spreading spike. Perfectly positioned to rain down and infect the rest of the colony below.
It's horrifying, but it really makes you think, what does that say to you about the true decentralized power of a superorganism?